Hello, my name is Amy Rolfus, and I'm the Executive Director at the Family Learning Institute in Ann Arbor. Welcome to our kitchen table classroom, where we'll share some good ideas on how to help your kids learn right at home. For the past 14 years, Family Learning Institute has been providing one-on-one reading and math tutoring to elementary students living in low-income households. Using methods that have been developed by experienced teachers, we have helped over 1,000 kids boost their grades and find success in the classroom. We know our approach works, but we also know that when parents build on this in the home, it works even better. So join us today, where we'll share some great ideas and some fun and easy ways for you to spend quality time with your kids and help them find success in learning.
Hi, my name is Joellen Mogelgard. Welcome to the Kitchen Table Classroom. I'd like to talk a little bit today about those words we call sight words, S-I-G-H-T words. These are words that the student just simply has to memorize. They're high-frequency words, words they find over and over again in the reading that they do, even from a very early age. Example of these are words like the, which you can't really sound out, of, and, because, what, and so on. Many of these sight words don't follow the phonics rules. Let me give you an example. One of the sight words is the word what. It's presented a lot in reading material for kids. If it followed the phonics rules that we know, it would be sounded out like this: at, what. Well, we don't say what, we say what. So this is a word that students just practice over and over again until it's memorized. Most sight word lists are made up of the 220 Dolch sight words. It was named after the man who put this list together really quite a long time ago, and they're considered to be still the standard sight words used by students today. Those 220 words are listed by grade, so there are certain words that a pre-primer student should learn. Primer will learn another set from the Dolch list. First grade, second grade, and third grade. The Dolch words, sight words, go all the way through grade 3. You might want to check with your student's classroom teacher to see if they're using the sight words, and if so, ask if you could get a copy of them to sort of practice with your student at home. There also is a website. In fact, there are several websites that present the Dolch sight words, so that if you know that your student is working on the second grade list of sight words, you can go online if you have access, find out what those words are, or get a list from the teacher. What I'm going to suggest to you is that it's really important to just kind of play with them. Memorizing isn't necessarily a fun thing to do. Kids don't really love to do it. So it's important to think of a way that you can make learning the sight words kind of fun. One of my favorite ways for kids to learn the sight words is that game called Memory. You might be familiar with it because in early editions of memory games, it uses just pictures that kids have to match together. You can do this with sight words like this. Make two cards or pieces of paper and write the word because on them both, or whatever the sight words that you're working, so that you have pairs of sight words. Then you turn them all face down and mix them up around the table. And here comes the really important part, and the part I'd like you to remember. The reason it's called memory is that the students are going to try and find the pairs in the game they're playing with you. But they need to do it in this way. They turn over one card and read because. They turn over another card, which may say what Obviously, there's not a match. So you turn them back and leave them in the exact same places they were when you turned them over. Then it's the next person's turn.
All right. You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember to read the word when you turn it over.
Okay.
Okay, you're really setting that board up.
Okay. What? What?
What? How'd you know? How did you know that?
I don't know.
Uh-oh, starting off. Could many. Nope. What word do you have there?
Many.
And what's this one?
Many.
Okay, because if you couldn't read them, you were not going to have that pair. All right, hold up. Come on. Help me, memory. Help me. About and about. Woo!
Laugh. Laugh.
You even read them upside down?
What this requires of the student is they really focus on the word and focus on extending ways in which to remember. It's very, very important. It's about focus, it's about memory, while, incidentally, learning the sight words. A second game you may want to play with them is put all the sight words in a pile face down and take turns drawing the card on top, reading the word, and using it in a sentence. If your son or daughter can do it, they keep the card. If not, they put it on the bottom of the pile and it goes to the next person. If your kids are like mine, they love to look for things. So what you might decide to do is just hide these sight words that you're working on somewhere around the house. Tell them there are 12 of them somewhere and ask them to find them, bring them to you, and read them to you. One of the other activities that I think you might want to engage in is writing a sight word. Let's say the word could, C-O-U-L-D. Write it, but leave out the letter U, for example. Ask them what letter is missing in the word. You might use the example of what. Write W, leave a blank, put an A-T. What is the letter that's missing in this sight word? All of these games or gimmicks are really intended to help the child focus on the word in its entirety. Please remember to be patient. It takes time. And my suggestion, as always, is to reward the effort. Even if the child didn't get it right this time, say something positive about it. We'll try again next time. I know you're going to get this word before the end of the week. Be patient. It takes time. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time.